وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. اللهم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. سبحانك لا نحصي ثناء عليك أنت كما أثنيت على نفسك. أنت المقدم وأنت المؤخر وأنت على كل شيء قدير. In the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most compassionate, the most merciful, all praise and thanks are due to Him, and peace and blessings be upon His beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He who is guided by the will of Allah, no one can misguide him, and he who is misguided, no one can guide him except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today is our session 43, the 12th of May 2026. 43 from the second chapter, biggest chapter, third chapter, which is Imran. Last time we finished some of the ayat where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was threatening anyone who is rejecting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the glad tidings for the mu'mineen in the context of the battle of Uhud. And you had an idea about the major big lessons of the battle of Uhud. On top of them, obedience. The top, obedience. 50 archers, because simply they broke the covenant of staying in their places. The whole ummah, okay, took a big lesson. Prophet Muhammad himself, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, was hurt badly. What was one of the biggest lessons? When someone, as a society, when someone does a mistake, everyone will be affected. So that's why we don't have something such as personal freedom ultimately. And I do whatever I want. It's my choice. No. This is unacceptable humanly. Even with the so-called secular liberal societies, they do use the word personal freedom, but just in the limited areas. Sexual freedom, personal freedom, drugs, alcohol. But do you have ultimate freedom not to pay tax? Do you have ultimate freedom to discuss the Western taboos? Can you criticize any person? No. Some certain groups you can't decide. Can you use any word? No. You have prohibited words. You can't. So there is no just ultimate open freedom. It's just different from a society to society. Because some people, they say, "Oh, you Muslims, you have restrictions." Habibi, every society on earth have restrictions. But for you, you have the hijab. Okay, other societies, they have their own restrictions. Wherever you go, east, west, north, south, regardless, Jews, Christians, Muslims, non-believers, they have their own restrictions. Some certain words is prohibited to say. Some certain actions is not allowed to say. Many things. Anyway, the idea, this is finished. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now in Surah Al-Imran started talking about the riba now, and you will see the amazing connection between the battle of Uhud and the riba. Yeah, superficially there is no relation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuha alladhina, this is verse 130, al-ayah raqam 130. Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu la ta'kulu riba ad'afan mudha'afa wattaqullaha la'allakum tuflihun. O believers, do not consume interest, multiplying it many times over, and be mindful of Allah so you may prosper. Now, in another translation, which is Al-Mawdudi, the one that I read, it is done by Mustafa Khattab. Next one by Al-Mawdudi, in Tafhim al-Quran. Believers, do not swallow interest doubled and redoubled, and be mindful of Allah so that you may attain true success. In the footnotes, he says the major cause of the setbacks suffered at Uhud was that precisely at the moment of their victory, the Muslims succumbed to the desire for worldly positions. Worldly positions. Why they decided to leave their position? I mean, the fighters, the 50 archers, why they left? Because they saw the rest collecting the spoils. Al-Ghanaim. This is the main reason. So they remembered, but they said, okay, we have won, khalas. We are controlling everything. So, okay, we remember the Prophet Muhammad, but what was the motivation to break? It's the positions, okay? The properties, the money, al-ghanaim, the spoil, the money. He continues, and turn to collecting booty rather than completing their task of crushing the enemy. Hence, God thought fit to raise a barrier against this excessive adoration of money. What pushed them basically is money. They were about to let the ummah collapse. Because if by the will of Allah, Allah did not interfere by His will, they could have been vanished. Because Khalid Walid came from the back, the mushrikeen, they returned back after they started being defeated and starting, killing Muslims. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stopped this. What pushed this? Money. What was the motivation to break the law? Money. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is now one of the most wicked ways now to collect money in illegal way according to the law of Allah is the riba. So the money in general in itself, then the riba as the worst way of collecting money. So now, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Constantly absorbed in considering ways of means of amassing wealth and generally whets his appetite for money. This is Al-Mawdudi in Tafhim Quran. Now, I want to share with you something, maybe I did it before now, but I will return it back because I think every Muslim needs it. Why riba is haram. The wisdom behind it, the justification. We need to understand the philosophy of the concept of money in Islam. And what does it mean? Why Allah created money, gold, silver, okay, for what? And why we are violating the law of Allah when we do interest. The idea. Now, to the best of my understanding, now money is created for the following legal ways. I'm a very visual person, so I will do now examples. For example, number one, I have money, you have an item, something I need, drink, food, clothing. So I take an item, I give you money, exchange. It's created for the exchange. It's a tool of communication, okay? You have this, I have money. I take this, you take the money. Okay, this is number one. Goods, items, things I need, products. Number one. Number two, for example, services. I need someone to clean my house. I need someone to build my house. I need someone to fix my car. I need someone to fix my teeth. What is this? Services. Okay? Millions of type services. I give money, I take service. You took the money, you go back, you buy something else. The one who took the money, he came and took another service. Okay? So number one is items, goods, products. Number two, services. Okay? Number three, money is created for. You are in need for money. You can do nothing. You have no power. You can't work. So I decided to help you. This is what? Donation, sadaqah. Okay? Now, in Islam, if you have a money and I have a money, we can do sharing. Your money with my money. Okay? Together. We go to work. We make, for example, let's say 50-50. 50-50, for example. We worked. Then this 55 for me, this 5 for you. Okay? Sharing. Mudaraba now. Okay? We have sharing investment, for example. Now, or just sharing investment. In Islam, now, the only two permissible or three permissible ways are the following. First of all, money is created for the exchange. In itself, money itself is not a product. We don't buy money. We don't seize money. We don't keep money. We keep using money, okay? money product, money service, money investment, money donation. You know, it keeps moving as a means or a way of exchange. What is the riba? I will explain to you now. Riba basically is the following. People who are very rich, they have a lot of money. Okay? Now, those people, they want to enjoy their time and to be lazy rather than thanking their Lord by investing their money in a halal way. They were approached with the banking system, the very clever people. They came to the very rich people. They say, give us your money, we will invest them in the banking system. Say, okay, and we will give you a fixed rate, 10%. Okay. So they gave billions to the banking system. Okay? And they went there to enjoy the 10 fixed percent. Laziness. Here comes the disaster now. The banking system, which is 1% of the population, they have the money. Now they will not invest, they will not take risks, they will do what? Lending money. You return money with interest. What will happen now? For example, let's say there are 1 million person, they have $10 billion. So I am the banking system, I have 10 billion now. Okay, so I have all of this money. I have millions of people, they need money. Okay, take this 5, you returning 10. This 5, you returning 10. What happened for me? I'm just controlling the money. I give money and return money. What will happen with the people? Some of them, they will fail. For example, he took this, he started investing in this whatever, house, trying to buy it or sell a company, a car, a truck, or whatever. He failed. This person will be kicked out. I will take everything, I will sell it, I will take my money plus extra. But the person himself is out. Or he took a loan, the person, I'm the banking system. He took it, for example, 20,000. There is the accumulative interest, الفائدة المركبة. Ups, downs, ups, downs, ups, downs. He's facing problems. I don't care with his troubles. The 20 became a 25. Another extension, 30. He paid 5, failed another 2 years, that 25, after paying 10, they returned back 35. So I will spend, instead of getting rid of this loan or this trouble, 10 years, took me 40 years repaying, and I've passed away without paying them because of the accumulative interest. Okay, this is the riba. Now, what is the alternative Islamic way? And why this is very haram? Look, in Islam we have murabaha and mudaraba. Or qard hasan. This is the only three ways. Qard hasan, it's the donation or the loan, the free interest loan, just for the sake of Allah. Part for those who are in need. 5%, 10% of the society. Social responsibility. Let's come to the 90% now. 90%, look how great Islam is. How Islam honors every person of us. Now, maybe you have the money, but I have the skills. You have the money, I have the connections. You have the money, but I have the muscle power. We have a sharing investment. You are a partner with the money, I'm a partner with my know-how, muscle, connection, expertise, experience. We go with a percentage. I am an investor with my expertise or my connections. So you are the banking system or I'm the bank system. For example, the brother here, let's say, for example, you are an expert, for example, in cybersecurity and internet and all of things, this kind of, for example, computer or IT. So I as a bank system, I will invest 5 millions. You put your 20 years of experience, your connections, we go. And we made a deal, 70-30, deal. 70-30, deal. 20-80, deal. 50-50, it depends on who needs who. I need you, you are very famous. I said 50-50. He said, no, sorry, I will not work 50-50. I need 80. Okay, deal, خلاص. 50-50, deal. We started working. We started gaining 200% of profit. Alhamdulillah. What's the deal? 80-20 or 80-20. توزيع. Next year, we earned $10 million. 8 millions, 2 millions. Type. Earthquake came. COVID came. We lost everything. In the interest banking system, I don't care with what happened to you. I will seize everything and I will turn back the money. In the Islamic system, because of the earthquake or because of the COVID, we both lose. You lose your money, I lose my effort. You see, this is called al-mudaraba. Or we have al-murabaha. The cost plus but fixed, which is the normal selling. I buy a car, you want to take this car from me. Either you take it by cash immediately, the cost plus, which is, for example, I bought this, for example, this is a Mercedes car. I brought it from Germany and it costed me, let's say, for example, 60,000. I decided to pay it cash for 70,000. My efforts and my planning, my transport, all of these things, 10,000. Cash, deal, finished. Mortgage with zero interest, fixed. Which, how? You want to pay by installments. For 5 years, the same car. It costed me 60. Cash 70, installments on 5 years, 90. It's permissible in Islam. With one condition, no interest. Which means, if for whatever reason, you were a little bit late in paying or whatever reason, I have no right to have extra money. The number is fixed. I will not keep increasing. Okay? So this is mainly why riba now is haram. Look what happens. When I give you money and you fail after paying 70%, I need just the last 30%. Then you had a whatever disaster, problem with your with the investments. I don't care about you. I will kick you out by the power of the law. I will take the house, the car, the truck. I will sell it in any price just to cover my latest need. I don't care about your suffering. I don't care about the risk that you took. I don't care as a banking system. What is this? New slavery. This is what? New slavery. Or you tell me, what is it? The fact that you take a loan, for whatever reason, you will keep repaying it till the end of your life, till you go to the grave. What is it? And the biggest disaster in your life is what? The mortgage, the installments, all the time. Plus, you start, for example, the mortgage or the installment with, let's say, for example, 15 years, 2,500. Now you are paying 4,800. La ilaha illallah. Inflation. Why inflation? Because of riba. Do you know what they say, the big intercession, which is the rukud, when they lose billions and billions, 2008, for example, okay? People, they lost billions and billions. Why? Fake numbers. Because money is sold by money with interest. Just numbers on the computer. It's not real. That's why we have inflation. We have tadakhum. That's why we lose our money. You keep investing, money, faj'ah, collapse. Bankrupt. The bank is bankrupt. Oh, where's my money? مع السلامة حبيبي. Where's my millions? خلاص. انهيار اقتصادي. What? Who's in charge of this? The riba system. Millions of people, they lose billions, and still humanity is not realizing the lesson. In Islam, this is impossible. It does not happen because we don't sell money with money, and we don't have the accumulative riba. Look what happened in the riba banking system. For example, why we have this kind of collapse in the money system every 30, 40, 50 years? Go and read about the great, they call it the great intercession, I think, and here depression?
The Great Depression.
Depression, the Great Depression. Okay, sorry. In 1939, in the West, and in 2008, the stock market, people, they lost billions and billions and billions in a night. Why? Look what happens. I take a loan from the bank. For whatever reason, I'm not able to pay it back. I paid, for example, 60% of the loan. The bank, for him, he needs still the 40%. Let's say this 40% is 40,000. Okay? Now, and I simply disappeared. The banking system will take this loan and it will sell it to another company, the loan. The 40,000 will be sold to another company with 30,000. So those who bought the loan of 40,000 with 30,000, now on paper, on computer, this company has already sold the 40 with 30 on paper. In reality, nothing happened. Nothing happened, just numbers. Type. Those who bought the 40 with 30, they have the right to come after me legally now, to chase me through the police system, to have the 40. Because they bought it with 30. On paper, we have two companies, 40,000, 30,000. In reality, I am the one who has not paid anything, and the second company is chasing me to take the 40. Type. If they fail to chase me, they will go to another company. They will pay the 30,000 with the 20,000 on paper. The third company, who's very happy that they bought the original 40,000 with 20,000. So they have the right to gain 20,000 from me. They'll start chasing me to take the 20 in somehow. Now, in reality, we have three big companies. They were playing this fake game, 40, 30, 20,000. In reality, fake, zero on all those numbers just on the computers. In reality, there is nothing. So when you took, oh, mashallah, they sold billions and don't buy billions and bought billions. Where are they? Nothing. Just numbers, fake. That's why every 20, 30 years, just out of a sudden, collapse, depression, boom. Millions of people, why? Because they do not exist aslan. It's just numbers in the computer. That's why, because we are selling money with interest. Money with money plus interest. Interest. So what is this? You are maximizing fake numbers for unreal money. That's why it's prohibited. In Islam, no, Habibi. Money is used as a means. That's why when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prohibited riba, and be careful, look, Allah used an expression when prohibiting riba, He did not use it for khamr or for gambling or for zina. He said, فَأْذَنُوا بِحَرْبٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ. This expression, Allah, فَأْذَنُوا means Allah is declaring and making everyone be aware. It's like وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى, like when a king in a kingdom in the old style, when they want to declare a special announcement from His Majesty, what they used to do, they go to the public area, they have something like horn, like this, be aware, there's an announcement from His Majesty the King. It's like breaking news in our TVs now. Very important breaking news from the king or from the president or from the boss with red line, or like the alert that we receive it. Okay, we have something serious about this alert. You see, we say, فَأْذَنُوا بِحَرْبٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ. Be aware that Allah is declaring war against anyone who deals with riba. Why? Because riba is the worst way in enslaving the people and killing their productivity and controlling them and enslaving them. Can anyone claim that we are not facing this now? What is the biggest problem for most of the people now? The mortgage. The money. Most of the people go wherever, sit with anyone, mortgage, all the time. The riba, loan, all the time. Imagine if the Islamic system is applied, what will happen? This is the context of, Wallahu A'lam, why riba is prohibited and how important for us to understand, because many people, especially our kids, the youth, for them, they don't know riba is haram. Alhamdulillah, we know it's haram. Alhamdulillah, the majority of us, we pay a lot of attention to avoid riba. But how many of us really realize why it's haram? You know, the idea behind it. So that you should, it's not just stop dealing with it. No, you feel proud for the fact that you have this system. And it will urge you and give you the motivation in the future to do something to let this reality happen. Why not, for example, why not a group of people who believe in this system? They gather together and they start dealing with investment without dealing at all with riba. Why? Why not? You will enjoy it all the time. And by the way, imagine if I have now one of the beauty of this system, you know, the interest system, plus to the fact that it is enslaving us, it kills your productivity and it kills your dignity. You are a slave. You are just taking money, keep paying money. When I come with a share investment for you, I'm respecting you. And what is the possibility in the riba system to maneuver and to cheat and to lie? Many people, they will do it because they don't care. But when I have a share investment, it's your interest and my interest, both of us, not to cheat. Why? Because both we will go up and both we will go down. I will do both. It's a sharing investment. This is Islam. So I will respect the fact that you did, because it could happen. You did amazing efforts. I decided to open, for example, a special sport gym for men and bodybuilding on something. We did an amazing, you have an amazing, for example, connections, you have experts, mashallah, and I invested with you 10 millions in the best area. COVID-19 came. Everyone is prohibited to see, and you have the top. Is it your fault? Is it my fault? It's the will of Allah. Imagine to the fact that you are in a disaster. For me, I say I don't care. For the rest 30 years, you will pay me back. Why? You lost and I lost. Both of us were under the disaster. Because you've been putting 2 years from your time just to build it. Yes, it is my money, but it's your effort as well. It's your time, your expertise. You left everything to build it with my money and a sharing investment. COVID-19 came, it's a disaster. The 50% of the disaster will lay on me, the 50% on you. You will not take it in full. In the banking system, let's go to hell, I don't care. This 10 million will return back to me. So I will do with the law against you, and you will be enslaved till the last moment of your life repaying me this money. Where is justice? Zero. This is, I call it in my language, the vampire system. This is exactly. If you want to break it down, that's why, by the way, that's why humanity needs to know Islam. And just final example on this. When COVID attacked the humanity a few years ago, many countries in the West with the top banking system, what did they do regarding interest? They started doing what? Zero interest system. True or false? What does this mean? They know. Why zero interest? Why? You tell me why. They know. This is the genuine real system that gives investment. When they are in disaster, zero system, zero interest. Why zero? What is zero interest? Islam. Investment, sharing, shared responsibility, shared dignity, shared power. No shared power. Just small group of elite will control the power. This is the banking system. It's a matter of control. Wallahi. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala referred to this by another ayah, another context, قال كي لا يكون دولة بين الأغنياء منكم, so that the money will not be circulating among the very rich people among you. What is the banking system? Money is circulating. With whom? The big owners of the money. Not the thousands, not the millions. Millions are changes now, the others. Billions and trillions. Dula. Do you know those rich people, they have their own system and they put the laws to serve their millions. Do you know the people, they own billions and they don't pay tax? Maybe you and me, we pay tax more than them. Wallahi. By the law. They put a system. Special, trust foundation, or whatever, tax deduction. He has, for example, 10 billion and I pay tax more than him. How? By law. Who put the law? They. Who they? The politicians you are supporting with their money. They put the laws for the rich people. Banking system, insurance, okay? These big industries, and the money keeps between them. Now, the middle class, which is most of us, we will be enslaved of our lives. The very low class, they will keep taking benefit from the tax that we pay. So the middle class, they pay up and down. Wallahi. The down, they have nothing, they take from our tax. The up, because they control, they pay nothing, but they take from our tax as well. This is the system of the world now. That's why they attack Islam. Part of why they attack Islam. Because if what I'm talking about became obvious for the people, it's part of their benefits, people of power will lose their power. It's very, very simple. It's not complicated. This is one example, riba. If this is applicable on zina, Epstein, control, porno industry, prostitution, control, money, billions and billions, gambling. Why gambling is haram? Money was not created for the fact just by chance, by just throwing a stone or pressing on something, you lose 5 million and you gain in a minute another 5 million. It kills you. There's no productivity, no graduality, no common sense in working, no real reward. Just by chance, I won. Okay, he won 25 million. One person out of 10 millions who paid the tickets. The rest, disappointed. Just they keep paying. What's the system is? It kills the productivity. It will keep the people just, having the addiction, just keep buying the ticket of the lottery. Buy. We're on there. Someone won. What about the rest? They lost. So 10 million lost, but the focus in the media system, the one who won the 25 millions. What happened with the 10 millions who paid this 25 millions? Nothing, just disappointment. What kind of system is this? Killing productivity, controlling and addiction. Riba, that's why gambling is haram. But why khamr is haram? This is the system. It's a common sense for humanity, not for Muslims. What is the most important device in our existence that control our human behavior? Power of reasoning. Aql. The rational thinking. What does alcohol do with drugs? It goes where? Boom, on this. It stops. When I'm drunk, I could urinate on myself in any place. I could kill, I could hit, I could assault, anything, because I lost the most important device of making me human beings. Who's saying haram for this? Islam. And this or this. 1, 2, 3. But our point is the riba now. That's why I said why the people of power hate Islam. That's why in the media, most of the cases, you will find someone who's attacking Muslims and Islam with fake news and ideas. Why? Because if the majority of people on earth realized what Islam is, they would love to adopt it, even if they don't believe it from faith point of view. Because everyone will gain if there is no riba. Everyone will gain if there is no gambling. Everyone will be happy if there is no sexual diseases, because there is no zina, no prostitution. Everyone will gain, especially the sisters, if the 99% of females on earth will not watch the porno sites. They will have happy families. He will be happy with his wife. He's not watching the porno, filthy, dirty things. So humanity will be happy if Islam is applied. So therefore, people of power mainly will not allow to be known. Always there should be an obstacle, always, which means, Islam is connected with violence, restrictions, backwardness, terrorism, always, all the time. But what is the main reason? This is the main reason. Wallahu alam. This is my understanding. Here's how should we understand the meaning of يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تأكلوا الربا أضعافا مضاعفة واتقوا الله لعلكم تفلحون. All believers, do not consume interest, multiplying it many times over, and be mindful of Allah so you may prosper. Okay? Falah. You may. By not doing riba, you will succeed. By doing riba, no one will have success. You will fail as humanity. And this is what we are living in today. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. قال واتقوا النار التي أعدت للكافرين. Allah continues in verse now 131. Guard yourselves against the fire prepared for the disbelievers, and have fear of the fire which awaits those who deny the truth. As if the ayah is referring, when you reject the hukum of Allah, which was designed for you to reach success and falah, be careful, because the other side of the coin is what? Rejection. Rejection is kufr. By denying or rejecting this, you will go to the hellfire. So Allah is not playing games for us. Allah is telling you, this is for your benefit, do it. When you don't do it, you will be punished. Simple. No, Sheikh, but you know, Allah is Ghafurur Rahim. Maybe you know, you are fighting Allah. Allah said, فَأَذَنُوا بِحَرْبٍ مِّنَ Allah. I'm fighting Allah when I insist. I'm not talking about the simple individuals like us. We are not putting the system now. But especially when you go to the Arab system, to the Arab regimes and the Muslim countries, so-called Muslim countries. It's their responsibility. You are in charge. It's prohibited for you to apply the system. You need to put the best effort to change or to find an alternative as much as you can. So when you don't care and you are in charge, there's a disaster will happen. And anyone who's supporting this system. Guard yourselves against the fire prepared for the disbelievers, and have fear of the fire which awaits those who deny the truth. وَاتَّقُوا النَّارَ الَّتِي أُعِدَّتْ لِلْكَافِرِينَ. Al-Mawdudi is translating the word kafirin by the deniers of the truth. Al-Rafid al-Haqiqa. The tarjum of the word kafir, the denier of the truth. Because I did it many times, and I will do it maybe more than 100 times. The word kafara, kufur, in English, to cover. The word to cover in English has been taken from the word kafara in Arabic. Because kafara in Arabic means to cover. So the English people, they took this word from the Arabs. Most likely at the time of the Andalus. Because 800 years, Europeans, Aslan, they started their Renaissance depending on the Islamic knowledge from Spain or Andalus. So they took from them thousands of words, like schedule, jadwal, qubtan, captain. Okay, we have a lot of words in Arabic, but from them, the word kafara, kufur, to cover. They took to cover. Now, why? What's the meaning of to cover? This is the original root verb of the word kafara. Why do we use it for the deniers or the disbelievers? The disbeliever is the one who realized, who knew, but he's hiding and covering the truth, even though he knows it. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explained this meaning by saying, وَجَحَدُوا بِهَا وَاسْتَيْقَنَتْهَا أَنفُسُهُمْ ظُلْمًا وَعُلُوًّا. They realized it in themselves as a certain reality, yet they rejected it. And the example that I keep always using, I ask someone to ask me, for example, I'm holding a wallet. Sorry, this is my mobile, same example. I always open this. I say, Brother Naeem, we'll do the same example as always. Ask me, am I holding a cell phone with me or not now? Am I holding a cell phone? Yes or no? Is it a reality? True or false? Type. Naeem, ask me if I'm holding a cell phone.
Are you holding a cell phone?
No. Ask again.
Are you holding a cell phone?
No. Again.
Are you holding a cell phone?
Wallahi no. Do you know what I'm doing now? I'm doing kufr. Linguistically, I'm doing the act of kufr. What I'm doing? I'm hiding and covering something, and I deny it even though I know it for sure, but I'm hiding. Amjad, no, it's not with me. Is it with you? No, wallahi no. This is an act of kufr, linguistically. From this, they, in the English, in the Arabic language, the Quranic terminology, the word kafara. Who is the kafir? He is the one who knows and he denies. He realizes, but he rejects. This is the kafir. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is what Al-Mawdudi accurately is translating. He translated, وَاتَّقُوا النَّارَ الَّتِي أُعِدَّتْ لِلْكَافِرِينَ. Have fear of the fire which awaits those who deny the truth. You realize and you know, but you are denying and rejecting. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. وَأَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ وَالرَّسُولَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ. Obey Allah and the messenger so you may be shown mercy. By obedience, inshallah, Allah will show you mercy. So there's a condition. وَأَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ. Obey Allah, the messenger, so you may be shown mercy. Mercy will not be given to me unless I obey. So it's a conditional clause. It's very well known in Islam. I will not just be thrown into the Jannah just because خلاص of the rahmah of Allah. Okay, the rahmah of Allah is there. Allah gave me the willpower and gave me هديناه النجدين. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala وَنَفْسِ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا. Allah is swearing that He gave every one of us the fitrah, the inner nature, and He gave us the criterion, the understanding. Alhamaha. We were inspired in the inner system of realizing good and bad, right and wrong, plus the revelation of system. So I know I have the willpower and I can say yes and I can say no. When I say it, I will deserve the Jannah after the mercy of Allah by my acceptance with my willpower. And if I go to the Jahannam, I will go because of my rejection by my willpower. So this is the system how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala designed this dunya. So قال وأطيعوا الله لعلكم ترحمون. Obey Allah and the messenger so you may be shown mercy. وسارعوا إلى مغفرة من ربكم وجنة عرضها السماوات والأرض أعدت للمتقين الذين ينفقون في السراء والضراء والكاظمين الغيظ والعافين عن الناس والله يحب المحسنين. Look how beautiful now. After Allah showed how disastrous using riba is, and how important not to reject the hukum of Allah. Now the encouragement, now tashji' to donation, to give from this money. This is the context of Uhud. What was the main reason of the disaster of Uhud? Money. They wanted the spoils, al-ghanaim. La ilaha illallah. So Allah showed that disconnect. Be careful from the misusing of the money. If you want this great Jannah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, and hasan, towards forgiveness from your Lord and a paradise as vast as the heavens and the earth, prepared for those mindful of Allah. قال, who are those mindful of Allah? قال الذين ينفقون في السراء والضراء plus كاظمين الغيظ plus عافين عن الناس والله يحب المحسنين. They are those who donate in prosperity and adversity. This is one of the best characteristics of the muttaqi. One, which means whether you have difficulty in money or you have a lot of money, you are prosper, okay? Izdihar. It's easy to give donations. And sometimes even when you have difficulty and you have very limited source of money, still you are giving donation. Because you realize that the real owner of the money is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the money under your hand is just a trust. And this is a big difference between a true believer or a non-believer or an atheist. We look to this world as part of the creation of Allah. Money in this life for us, money and our bodies, we don't own them. Our bodies are trust under our hand. And the money, even you work, you gain the money, but you don't own it. What? Are you crazy, Sheikh? No, this is Islamic perspective. We don't own the money. Money has been given to us as a trust plus test. You are a servant for the owner. The owner is Allah. The owner is asking you, enjoy it in a halal way. Enjoy it how I ask you to enjoy it. Spend in your family, okay, without excessive extra expenses. Help the poor and needy. Pay the zakah and pay the sadaqah. This is your test. When I said no, I'm doing an act of kufr. I don't, now, part of this trust under me, don't use it illegal ways. I decided to you what is illegal. Prostitution is haram. Alcohol is haram. Gambling is haram. Cheating is haram. Blah, blah is haram. Interest is haram. Use it in legal ways. So it's part of rejecting or accepting or being a true slave to Allah or how I use the money. This is a big philosophy in Islam. We need to understand it. Many people, they look at it, yes, We don't even own our bodies. You know that? That's why, for example, committing suicide is one of the greatest sins in Islam, because we don't own our bodies. Even why all the classical tattoos are prohibited. Because you know, some tattoos, they are just colors. They don't hurt anything. All the classical tattoos, mainly, they used special metal needles with a special poison, real poison. They push the poison under the skin to have this kind of a green color. It's poison. So it kills the skin and it hurts the body. Okay? This is haram in Islam. Why? Because you are misusing the body which you don't own. Subhanallah. Now in Islam, in theory, this is a crazy example, but just to make it simple. If I'm holding, if this is a knife now, and I'm holding this knife and said, okay, this is my hand and hur. I want to have a cut or make an injury in my hand. I'm committing a sin. But this is my hand. No, it's not your hand. What? It's not your hand. This body belongs to Allah and it's a trust under your hand. That's why part of why khamr is haram. It's against, because I'm misusing what I do not own. So when you put these things together, you understand this context. They are those who donate in prosperity, sarra, and adversity, في الضراء, difficulty and easiness. قال control their anger, كاظمين الغيظ, and pardon others, عافين عن الناس. And Allah loves the good doers. By this, subhanallah, Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammad. Now the next ayah قال والذين إذا فعلوا فاحشة أو ظلموا أنفسهم ذكروا الله فاستغفروا لذنوبهم ومن يغفر الذنوب إلا الله ولم يصروا على ما فعلوا وهم يعلمون. They are those who, upon committing an evil deed or wrongdoing themselves, remember Allah and seek forgiveness for their sins. And who forgives sins except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they do not knowingly persist in wrongdoing. So we have a list of descriptions for the al-muttaqeen that Allah loves. Number one, ينفقون بالسراء والضراء. Allah spoke about controlling the anger, doing the good. Okay? When you repent, all of these are highly recommended and asked in Islam. Number one, ينفقون في السراء والضراء. Connected to the ayat of الربا. How many minutes?
47 minutes. 47. So
47? طيب إن شاء الله in 2 minutes I will finish إن شاء الله. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. Now next time inshallah I'm planning just to take this quick list of commandments for as a characteristics for the believers. But the most important thing in our session today to understand what is the meaning of riba, why riba or interest or usury is completely prohibited, why Allah has declared war against anyone who deals with riba, and how important it's really to do our best not to deal with riba and to encourage the people to use the Islamic system as much as we can, and look to the importance how Allah put it number one in characteristics of the bill. ينفقون في السراء والضراء, which means the importance of the money, how to be used in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because if money, because what's our biggest disaster in our life now? Money. Earning money. What is the main reasons why you decide to migrate, for example, or to leave a city for another city, or to change the place that you live? It's your financial situation. I can't afford paying the rent. I can't live in this area. Very expensive. Very whatever. There is no work. I'm not able to find a work. Money. Money is not something, not one of the most important things in our existence. So it's not an easy thing. And subhanallah, I was doing the other day, and I finished the lesson. Let me just remind you with these statistics. Once I did a special khutbah, and I did this khutbah maybe 5 times in Canada, in different places, under the title of Why the People of Power Hate Islam. So I was quoting an article from someone, a Muslim, one of Far East countries, I forget which countries, India, Tamil or something, but it was written in English. He was talking about how the people of power will lose from money if Islam is applied. Okay? So he said, for example, he collected the gambling around the world 2 years ago or 3 years ago, for example, $400 billion, the trade of gambling, the prostitution, $500 billion, the weaponry or weapons, sailing to create wars and to let the people fight and kill each other, for example, let's say $400 billion. And now gambling, prostitution, alcohol, weaponry, all of them, they were 2.3 trillion a year. He said, if Islam is applied, those who own the 2.3 trillion, yeah, 2,300 billion a year, they will lose their profit and gains. So definitely they will fund anything which will destroy the image of Islam. What he did not do in his article is the banking system, the riba. So I did it. So before doing my khutbah, I did a research on, this big, economic, financial websites about 2 years ago, because I did this exactly at the time of the, the World Cup in Qatar, because the Western media, they were attacking, Qatar because they have segregated or something, and they were looking for any kind of faults or whatever. So I was searching for it. So I discovered about 3 years ago, the banking system in transaction amounts for 1 year was, guess how many $1 million the transaction around the world for 1 year, about 3 years ago? 23 trillion a year. 23,000 billion a year. The amount of the transaction between the banking system around the world, the officially recorded. We are not talking about dark web or the undercover. No. Just the officially recorded 23 trillion. I don't have an exact percentage of the riba in this number. But even if the riba is just 10%, the banking system is benefiting a year another 2.3 trillion. So the minimum of what people of power will lose a year if Islam is applied, $5 trillion. 5,000 billion a year. Try to distribute this on the 12 months. About 850 billion a year. Distribute this on 12. Huh? Sorry, 800 a month. Sorry, I said that here. Every month, 850 billion. A day. A day about maybe 28 or about 30 billion a day. Which means, while I'm speaking with you, giving this lesson, people of power is gaining through riba and prostitution and interest while I'm speaking with you around at least about 5 billion, which is 50% of the budget of Jordan. While I'm giving this speech now, 50% of the yearly budget of my country, they are gaining now while I'm speaking with you. 5 trillion a year. Now the question, if Islam is applied, this 5 trillion will be distributed to the people on earth. Yani you and me can tomorrow buy Ferrari and Bugatti. Would you like Ferrari? Why not? Why not? Every one of us can have a special great house next to the lecture. Why not? 5 trillion a year. Yeah, just wait 5 years, we will be enjoying an extra 25 trillion. They have it, and the majority they don't. This is the reality of the world, or part of the reality. And if I have a margin of mistake, cut 50% of everything I said. Still, we have a 2.5 trillion. Everyone will have 5 Mercedes cars. Brand new. La ilaha illallah. Wallah, it's funny and very sad when you think about it. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to let every person in this dunya to realize the beauty of Islam and to ask for applying Islam, inshallah. See you next time, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.